Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the founder and director of Goldman and Associates, and our firm specializes, of course, as you know, in family law and with subspecialty in criminal law and injury work. So if you have any questions that fall into our specialties, please call us. We'll be glad to help you out, and subscribe to our video series for additional information. I want to talk today about the mistakes, 5 particular mistakes that clients can make with respect to divorces. Mistake number 1. Not listening to your lawyer. This is a very, very common mistake. People hire a lawyer because they know they can't navigate that system. But a lot of people think that the relationship between a client and lawyer is like employer-employee. You're the employer and the lawyer is your employee and he's going to do what you say. Wrong. This is a relationship between professional and non-professional, okay? And you hire the professional because that's an acknowledgement that he may know more about this than you. She may be able to navigate this better than you can. That's why you hire that lawyer to assist you. It's not employer-employee. Don't become adversarial with your lawyer. Recognize that your lawyer is there to give you professional guidance because he knows what he's doing and you probably don't. Let's be honest. So therefore, don't fight with your lawyer and become adversarial. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, do not practice law under the auspices of your own lawyer, okay? Your lawyer knows what to file, how many of the copies have to be filed where, who to contact, when it's appropriate to file a motion, and when it's appropriate to wait. Don't go filing your own things while you got a lawyer representing you. It's a horrible judgment, and it shows the court that your level of judgment can't be trusted. So don't do that. Trust that the guy you hired knows what he's doing, and if you don't trust that, hire somebody else. But don't make the mistake of thinking, well, I've got this lawyer, he is going to file a witness list. I'm going to file my own witness list. I'm going to file my own brief. I'm going to file a separate affidavit without telling my lawyer because he's already told me he thinks it's a bad idea. I think it's a better idea, so I'm going to do it. You know what? That's akin to doing surgery on yourself. Don't do it. It's going to be a terrible result, and you're going to end up losing your lawyer and probably the case in the process. Don't fight with your ex. That's rule number 3. Let's avoid that mistake. You've got lawyers. Lawyers battle it out for you. If you've got a thing going on and it's getting to the point where you think you're going to have a terrible knockdown, drag-out argument or worse with your ex, soon-to-be ex, don't do it. That's why you have a lawyer. You call your lawyer and you say, she did this to me. You contact your attorney and say, you'll never guess what this guy tried to pull off. And the lawyer will decide whether or not to fight that battle. And how will he do it? He'll file a motion. He'll bring it before the court. Your lawyer will tell the judge what's going on and maybe file a show cause, a motion for contempt, a motion for sanctions, things that we know how to do. We know how to launch the missiles. Don't go launching your own missiles. If you do that, you're going to create a scenario where you don't know what you're doing. You're going to come before the court and you're going to look like the fool. Don't do it. That's why you hired a lawyer. Trust your lawyer to fight the battle for you. Don't run afoul of the court's orders. Next rule. Thing to avoid, number 4. If the judge tells you to do something, do it. Make best efforts to comply, because remember, this is usually not a situation where you got one hearing and one order and one battle. This is usually many battles of a war. The divorce case tends to go on for months and months. If you start by not complying with what the court says, you're ultimately slapping the face of the guy who's going to make the decisions that are going to impact your life. Do you really want to get on that guy's bad side? You don't. So comply with the court orders. If you can't comply, tell your lawyer why. Your lawyer will file for a motion for relief from complying with that order, a motion to perhaps modify that order, a motion to do something else to set that order aside. Your lawyer knows what to do. Don't just make your own decision not to comply, and that leads to number 5. Do not threaten to file a grievance against the judge, file a grievance against your lawyer. Don't create adversaries for the people who are trying to help you. The moment you do that, you lose everything. If you lose your lawyer because your lawyer's going to withdraw because he's going to say, well, now we have a conflict of interest. I can't work with you anymore. So you're going to lose your lawyer. Threaten the judge, then the very guy who makes the decision about your case is more likely than not going to remember that threat, and that's going to impact the decision. And you think, well, I'll get another judge or I'll appeal. Guess what? You're going to lose that appeal. Because what's going to happen is judges always have discretion to decide one way or another, to believe in the judgment of one client or another, to judge your credibility, your conduct, the way you, display yourself before the court. Remember, the court's going to realize that how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you're fighting with the court's going to realize you're probably fighting with your kids and your ex. It's not the situation you want to have. You really want to try and get a good result. And to get a good result, you've got to avoid making these mistakes. Now, if you have any questions about that or you need immediate guidance in that regard, call us today and we'll be glad to help you out.